And we are back. Predictions, week 4 edition. In the last predictions I did, I ended up going 12-4, getting my lock of the week correct as well. So that puts my lock at the week currently at 2-1, and that puts my season total at 35-13. I'm doing amazing so far. Enough rambling. Let's get right into it. Starting out Thursday night football, Lions and Packers. Lions 2-1. So are the Packers. This has a good chance to be the only game I'm able to watch this week with work starting up for me now. The Lions ended up winning 20-6 over the Falcons. No surprise there. They were also my lock of the week, so I am no longer able to pick the Lions as a lock of the week. And the Packers, they ended up pulling a 17-point comeback, winning 18-17 against the Saints. I think this is going to be a pretty underwhelming game compared to expectations. I think the Lions are going to win this game. Specifically from a standpoint of the Lions have dominated the Packers the past few games. I don't see this trend stopping now, so give me the Lions. Next, we have the Falcons and the Jaguars. The Falcons are 2-1. The Jaguars are 1-2. The Falcons, this is also at 9:30. So, excuse me, I'll actually be able to watch this game as well, or at least majority of it, I believe. The Falcons ended up losing, as we just talked about, 20-6 to the Lions, and the Jaguars ended up surprisingly, one of the 4 games I got wrong, losing 37-17 against the Texans. I'm still confident in the Jaguars, but man, has that confidence really gone down a whole lot. I'm going to take the Jaguars to win. But Jaguars, if you lose this game, I might be convinced that you are bad. So yeah. Next, moving to our 1 o'clock games, we have the Rams and the Colts. The Rams are 1-2. The Colts are 2-1. The Rams ended up losing 19-16 on Monday Night Football against the Bengals. Meanwhile, the Colts, once again, in one of the other games I got wrong, ended up pulling a 22-19 overtime win against the Ravens. I think this game has potential to be good. I don't think it's going to be. But, it could be. So, I'm going to take the Rams in a surprising upset. But just know, I could be wrong. This is a game I'm not confident about. Next, we have the Ravens and the Browns. Both these teams are 2-1. The Ravens picking up their first loss of the season, as we just mentioned, to the Colts, 22-19. And the Browns ended up picking up their second win with a dominant 27-3 win over the Titans. The big concern I see the Browns having here is I feel like they used a lot of their energy against the Titans. I feel like they're going to kind of repeat the process they had with the Bengals and Steelers. They put a lot of energy towards the Bengals where they dominate that game. Then the next week they go on and lose to the Steelers. They go on and dominate against the Titans. I think they're going to go ahead and barely lose once again to the Ravens. I'm going to take the Ravens in this one. And what I believe will be a pretty similar score to that Steelers-Browns game where it was like 26-22, maybe 27-23, we'll say. Next, we have the Vikings and the Panthers. This is the battle of 0-3. The Vikings ended up losing yet another one-score game. They ended up losing to, I have no idea who they lost to. The Panthers, on the other hand, I also have no idea who they lost to at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and quickly check. Vikings lost 28-24 to the Chargers. In dramatic, Vikings fashion, they threw an interception at the goal line. And the Panthers, they lost 37-27 against the Seahawks. These are 2 games I literally watched, so I don't know how I forgot them. I think the Vikings are going to win this one. In fact, I am so confident that the Vikings are going to win this one. They're my lock of the week. I think the Vikings got this game. So, there it is. Lock of the week. I've used the Commanders, which I got a win with. I used the Broncos, which I lost with. I used the Lions. I got a win with. And, all right, Vikings, don't disappoint me. I'm going to hate you even more than I do now. Give me the Vikings. Next, we have the Bengals and the Titans. This is actually going to be a great game, in my opinion. Both these teams are 1-2. Bengals picking up their first win of the season with a 19-16 win over the Rams. And the Titans, as we just talked about, picking up a pretty bad 27-3 loss against the Browns. I think the Bengals are going to win this one. I really feel like it's going to be a very low-scoring, close game, though. Kind of like the Bengals have been with their games, where they don't put up a lot of points. So give me the Bengals, but not by a lot. One score for sure. Next, we have the Buccaneers and the Saints. Battle of 2-1. Buccaneers. They currently lead, or no, they don't. Excuse me. The Saints currently lead the AFC South or the NFC South, but the Buccaneers are right behind them. Winner of this game, I'm pretty sure, lead the division. Buccaneers, they ended up losing their first game of the season to the Eagles 25-11. No shock there, in my opinion. And the Saints ended up losing 18-17 against the Packers. A lot of shock there. Actually, was tempted to change that game to picking the Saints to win once I saw the Packers' injuries. And somehow, the Saints lost. My only concern with this game is I feel like the Saints would dominate if Derek Carr was healthy. I'm going to assume he's going to play, but I don't think he's going to be, 100%. And because of that, I'm going to take the Buccaneers. I don't think an injured Derek Carr or a Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill, whoever they decide to roll at quarterback, is going to pull through enough, but I think it'll be a good game. Give me the Buccaneers, though. Next, we have the Dolphins and the Bills. This should be a very fun game. The Dolphins, one of the final three teams undefeated. We'll get to the other two shortly. They ended up winning a 70-20 game against the Broncos, which was scoregami, by the way, in case you're curious as well. That the Buccaneers, who we just talked about, even though they lost 25-11, that was also scoregami. So we had two scoregamis in the same week. That's fun. And the Bills, they ended up doing what the Bills do, won 37-3 against the Commanders. This has potential to be not only game of the week, but game of the season. I'm going to take the Bills to win this one because I feel like the Bills, for some reason, are just going to lock up the Dolphins. The Dolphins have really won every game they have played so far with, their offense. And I feel like once their offense gets locked up, they're really going to get concerned, struggle, make mistakes. And the Bills are going to take advantage of that. And honestly, win a very, solid game. I don't think it's going to be... I think the Bills are going to kind of jump out to the lead and never look back. Give me the Bills. Another bad game, bro. Two of the four winless teams, the other two were the Vikings, Panthers, which, we know about that. We talked about it. The Broncos and the Bears. The Broncos and the Bears are both 0-3. As we just said, two of the four winless teams. So one of them's got to win. More than likely, unless they tie. The Broncos, we just talked about, lost 70-20 against the Dolphins. Yeah, you can't allow 10 touchdowns in the game, and that was generous, bro. The Dolphins literally could have ran the score up if they wanted to, but they decided not to. So, shout out Dolphins for, being sportsmanlike. And the Bears, they lost 41-10 to the Chiefs. So, neither of them had a great outing last week. I think the Bears are going to surprise some people and win this game. People are already counting them out. People are, keeping the Broncos alive, but giving them, one of the most outside chances ever. I think the Bears are going to win this one in a surprisingly high-scoring game. I wouldn't be surprised if both these teams, were right around 40 points. Give me the Bears. Commanders, Eagles. Commanders are 2-1. Eagles are one of the three teams who are undefeated still, 3-0. Commanders lost 37-3 to the Bills. That's what you get. Showed how big of frauds you are. And the Eagles won 25-11 to the Buccaneers. Oh, I'm struggling here. I'm going to take the Eagles to win. I'm not even going to sugarcoat any of this. The Eagles are going to dominate this game. I'm sorry, Commanders, but you're frauds. People thought, oh, they're 2-0. They're going to be amazing. Nah, Sam Howell is not the answer. At least not this year. I really like him, though. Final 1 o'clock game, we got the Steelers and the Texans. Steelers 2-1, Texans 1-2. The Steelers picked up their second win of the season, 23-18, Sunday night against the Raiders. Texans, they picked up their first win, 37-17 against the Jaguars. CJ Stroud giving heavy Rookie of the Year, consideration. And I think he's going to continue. I think the Texans are going to win this game too, getting back-to-back. Give me the Texans. Starting our one and only 405 game, we have the Raiders and the Chargers. Both of these teams 1-2. The Raiders, as we just talked about, lost 23-18 to the Steelers. Don't know how you decide to kick a field goal instead of going for it. Honestly, I probably would have done the same with the Steelers offense really struggling. But, yeah, you just failed. And the Chargers picked up their first win, getting a nice 28-24 win over the Vikings. I'm going to pick the Chargers, man. This is a battle between two bad coaches, and because of that, I think it's legit going to come down to rosters, and Chargers just have way better of a roster. I said it. I think Chargers have a top 5 roster, but are constantly getting held back by Brandon Staley. Starting out at 1 of 2 425 games, Cardinals 49ers. Cardinals are 1-2, 49ers are 3-0, the final undefeated team out of the 3 we were talking about. Cardinals, they picked up a shocking 28-16 win over the Cowboys. And 49ers, well, they did the 49ers thing. They won 30-12 against the Giants. I love you, Cardinals. I think Josh Dobbs, pulled off one wild game. But I think he's going to do that again. But it's just not going to be enough. Give me the 49ers. And I'd say a pretty high-scoring game. I think right around 30 for both teams. I mean, the 49ers have dropped 30 every game they've played so far. So, yeah. Patriots, Cowboys. Patriots 1-2. Cowboys 2-1. Patriots picked up their first win, 15-10 against the Jets. We'll talk about literally in the next game. And the Cowboys, who we just talked about, gets their first loss, 28-16 against the Cardinals. Listen, Cowboys, you got this, man. You're not losing back-to-back games to teams that don't have the greatest rosters. So far, it looks like they have amazing coaches. I mean, Bill Belichick, and Jonathan Gannon has, looked amazing in his first 3 games. I'm going to take the Cowboys. But I would not be surprised if the Cowboys lost back-to-back and the Patriots won. So, this is, a very likely game I could see. Sunday Night Football. Chiefs, Jets. The Chiefs, 2-1. The Jets, 1-2. The Chiefs pulled off a 4-10 win over the Bears, and the Jets lost 15-10 to the Patriots, as we just talked about them. Listen, I think this is potentially the last week the Jets suck. I'm going to take the Chiefs. But like I said, I've said it in Power Rankings, I've said it before. If the Jets lose this game, which I'm going to be honest, they probably are, as you just heard my pick. And unfortunately, if the Vikings lose, or fortunately, it's just my lock of the week, so I'd hope they'd win at least this game. If the Vikings and Jets lose this game, their respective games this week, I could so see the Jets making a call up for Kirk. I could see it. And I would be surprised if the Vikings accept it, because well, you're not making the playoffs at 0-4. 0-3, you're like, okay, we got to turn the ship around this week. There's no point having a good quarterback, if he's not in your long-term plan. Kirk is only on a one-year deal, and you're not going to make the playoffs. Give me the Chiefs. Finally, Monday Night Football. Finally, only have one of them. I don't know why they keep trying to run these doubleheaders. Seahawks, Giants. Seahawks are 2-1. Giants are 1-2. The Seahawks picked up a 37-27 win over the Panthers with Andy Dalton as the quarterback. And the Giants lost 30-12 against the 49ers. I have another upset alert. I think the Giants are going to win this game. Give me the Giants. So that's going to do it. There's no teams on a bye this week in case you're curious. The teams I have winning are the Lions, Jaguars, Rams, Ravens, Vikings, Buccaneers, Bengals, Bills, Bears, Eagles, Texans, Chargers, 49ers, Cowboys, Chiefs. Giants teams I have losing are the Packers, Falcons, Colts, Browns, Panthers, Saints, Titans, Dolphins, Broncos, Commanders, Steelers, Raiders, Cardinals, Patriots, Jets, Seahawks. I have the Vikings as my lock of the week. Remember, I'm 2-1 with those, 12-4 last week on predictions, which was my season total of 35-13. No bye weeks. In case you're curious about how the playoff picture's looking after 3 weeks going into week 4, in the 1 seeds, we have the Dolphins in the AFC who are 3-0 and the 49ers in the NFC who are 3-0. They get a bye if, the playoffs were to happen. Next, the 2 and the 7 seeds, the 2-seeded Chiefs and the 7-seeded Ravens, both of them 2-1. The 2-seeded Eagles who are 3-0 and the 7-seeded Seahawks who are 2-1. 3 and 6, the 3-seeded Steelers and the 6-seeded Browns, both of them are 2-1. The 3-seeded Packers and the 6-seeded Falcons, they're both 2-1. And finally, the 4 and 5, the 4-seeded Colts and the 5-seeded Bills, they're both 2-1. And the Saints and Commanders are also both 2-1. That's how the playoff picture currently looks. Obviously, it's going to change, I'd assume. But, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. I did. Just want to quickly, now that the video's over, if you don't want to hear me ramble about, personal life, then now's your time to click off the video. But, I start work in literally a few hours. It's 10 o'clock right now, so, yeah. I start in literally like 5 hours. First day. So, and I work pretty tough schedule so far. Wednesday is fine. I'm luckily off Thursday, so that should be fun because I'll be able to watch my Packers play. But I know I said there probably wouldn't be a video, but honestly, there's probably going to be a video on Thursday because I work Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So I don't know. There's probably not going to be a video Friday because I work. Best case scenario is I manage to record one today or tomorrow and then it goes out Friday, which is probably the most likely, but I don't know my schedule for Friday. So I'm literally going to find that out today. And then, you'll kind of figure out how busy I am Friday based on when the Bears franchise comes. The Browns franchise comes out. It's only a 6-week job. All right, I'm only working for the Halloween. And at most it's going to be 24 days. So, yeah. So my schedule shouldn't switch up too much, but just know for the next 6 weeks or so that there might not be as many Browns franchises as you wish. And also, depending on how the job goes, I will stick around with it. It's all pretty much going to depend on if I still want to continue working there and if they want to keep me around. Because it's a temporary job, they said, they're not going to, just tell me now. They're going to wait and see how I do. And if, they feel like I'm worth keeping around. But in all honesty, I don't know. Because if I don't enjoy it, I'm not going to stay around. So, that's how it's going to be. But that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. Sorry about this kind of late schedule update. I did announce on Twitter. Ideally, I'd like the Browns franchise to come out Friday because tomorrow, which I'm super relieved I did get tomorrow off, is the 1 year anniversary of my cat, Trapper, passing away. She's been in some videos. I've talked about her. I believe you could hear her as well in like some Falcons franchise episodes, so going way back. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. Like I said, I prefer Browns franchise to come out on Wednesday, or not on Wednesday, on Friday, because, I'd like to not have to record Browns franchise tomorrow. I'd like to, just take it easy. But I don't know. So, yeah. See you guys next time. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry for rambling. And when I see you guys next time, it'll more than likely be Monday with Browns franchise. If not, it's going to be Tuesday with the power rankings at the latest.